Same damn thing.
And they're going back and forth of like, we should shut the scanners program down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, well, how many scanners do we have after the incident? None. Well, then there's nothing to shut down,
Then there is
doctor.
no program, so it's fine.
He's like, well, we need to worry about Revik.
Mm-hmm.
And they explain who Revik is. And they, well, who do we have? I have someone who I can send out. He's
to infiltrate.
Revik's got an underground network
of scanners that are trying to take over the world.
Yeah. So
yes. Sorry.
that's Revik.
Yes.
Michael Ironside's never been that excited in his
no.
life. He's got one speed.
Yeah.
And it's low
it's
and
minimum.
slow.
Yeah.
So they cut back to Ruth talking to Vale and explaining, yeah, so this is Revik. And they show this old interview film tape of him.
Yeah, they show the
where
60s.
He drilled a hole in his head.
Because he was trying to relieve the pressure.
And then on the tape that they put, he drew an eye.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this guy's not stable.
That'll block the voices from getting in because they think it's just an eye.
Yeah.
So he's clearly nuts. To the point where even when he throws something at him, he breaks the door.
Yeah.
Because it clearly wasn't a real door and he accidentally hit the set.
And Michael Ironside doesn't know his own strength.
Yeah.
I think he rips it off and he shows the hole. Like, it's real fucking...
Cool looking
because body horror.
Mm-hmm.
So Keller at Yorkdale Station. That's why I said it's clearly Toronto because they don't make any attempt.
Hide it.
They don't make any attempt to cover the TTC logo.
No, it's there.
And he's meeting with someone. We don't find out who it is quite yet, but we can kind of tell it's Revik.
Yeah.
Just mainly on voice alone.
Yeah.
So Vale's got to go into training.
Like you do.
So a little psychic gymnastics with Dieter Tautz.
A yogi. Which in 1981, that was strange to see.
Especially a German yogi.
Yeah, that seems odd.
Because he's not a scanner, right?
No.
He's just a yogi.
He's just a guy who's
been able to control his own heart rate. It can go slow, fast, at his own pace.
So basically, yeah. So
he's
with
one with himself.
So what they're trying to do, he can bounce back quicker than the average person.
Yeah. So, all right, speed his heart up.
So he does.
And he fucking does it, and then he almost kills him.
Yeah. And he's just like, stop. And he can't stop that quickly because, again...
And even Dieter's like, please, stop him.
I die now.
Please, stop Dieter's heart.
Yeah, and then they're about to inject him with the ephemeral. He stops and grabs a hold, and he's like, I got it. It's cool.
And it's weird, because I'm like, this is the hero of our piece.
Yeah.
And he's just like, you're right.
Yeah.
I am powerful.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's like, okay, he went a little bit power nuts, but that's cool. It's cool.
So he shows him pictures of Benjamin Pierce, a scanner.
Fucking Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Sorry. I couldn't get past that the whole time. Like, we got Dr. Ruth in one set, and then we've got fucking Benjamin Pierce. In 1981, MASH was on the air. Don't you think maybe Benjamin Pierce not the best idea? So in my head,
got a Benjamin Pierce on another show.
In my head, I kept calling him Hawkeye.
Yeah.
So Hawkeye.
So he's been in jail and stuff. Well, what happened? Well, he tried to kill his parents and his siblings.
Yep.
When he was 10.
So he's Michael Myers
with his mind.
Oh, okay. Maybe
and
not.
they're like, all right, and I have to meet with this gentleman.
Okay, sure. Why the hell not?
He's got the fucking skinny on Revik and his whereabouts.
Like you would think.
So Vale's got to go undercover as a spy. And Benjamin Pierce, to control the voices, is an artist. He creates basically body horror art.
Pretty much,
it's
yeah.
It's just caster molds of human bodies in different torture scenarios. And I'm like, fuck, straight from the mind of Todd McFarlane. What the fuck is this shit?
Or Clive Barker.
What the fuck?
Are you surprised that I would have any one of those pieces in my apartment?
No.
I thought they were fantastic looking.
So he goes to the display and he's, inquiring about the artist and can I meet the artist? And the director of it, the art director's like, hey, absolutely not.
No.
No one is to meet Mr. Pierce.
Part of our deal is we don't let he's
not here and you don't want to know where he is.
Exactly.
Because I don't know if you've noticed. Look what the guy makes for a living. Do you really want to speak with this guy?
Yeah, totally. We're going to go out for beers.
But he scans him, makes him tell him telepathically. And we get a mysterious woman noticing that he was scanning because his
so she
nose
scanned
was
him
bleeding,
back.
basically. So he goes to visit Pierce, and of course, he lives in the middle of nowhere.
Hawkeye's a fucking weirdo.
Because that's what you do when you make those kind of art pieces. You don't want to have neighbors.
Yeah.
And he goes, and the door's open. So I'm
like, you don't have neighbors. Who cares?
I guess. And he goes around, Benjamin Pierce, what do you want? I need to know about Revok. And as soon as he says Revok, like, nope.
Yeah, we're not talking about that asshole.
I want nothing to do with that. His hideaway in his art studio is a giant head.
Like you do.
That is realistic on the inside. You can see the inners of the teeth and the brain on the inside, and I'm like, okay.
Well, that's what he wants.
And they have this full-on conversation about Revok is underground.
Yeah.
I think he's like, he's not part of it, but he doesn't want to be against it. He's one of those, like, I just want to be left alone.
Yeah, he's like, look,
I don't want any part of either side. He's like,
if he wants to do this, fine, but I want to be over here.
Like, not a condemn situation.
And then we see people coming up through the window with
assassins.
Guns. Did Vale see them? Because
that's the thing. I'm like,
it
you
looked
guys
like
are
he
both
did.
Scanners.
Yeah. You would think
you don't notice the 4 people with the shotguns coming in?
You would think, especially Hawkeye, who literally lives in the middle of nowhere because he doesn't want to deal with people and their brain activity. You'd think he'd hear them.
Yeah. Unless, because they're Revok's people, he's taught them to silence themselves.
Can you, though?
See, that's the thing. They never explain that. Because these assassins sneak up on Vale twice.
Yeah. But you know what? That kind of helps for something ridiculous they do later on in the movie with him and the computers. Leaving the power ambiguous kind of helps.
Yeah, I guess, because then
you can get away with stupid shit.
You don't want to set a power in stone, because then when the character uses a power in a different way, you're like, well, what the fuck? He can do that now?
Yeah.
So if you leave it ambiguous, you'd be like, well, I guess he could just do it, and then we'll just know throughout the film the extent of his power.
Exactly, because, I mean, I will still say the computer thing is idiotic and the reasoning behind it, but in a world where you don't, define the power, sure, maybe it works.
So they attack, and they shoot the shit out of Pierce. Mm-hmm. He gets shot up.
So that's how they That's how they end Hawkeye's story.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't go nuts after Korea.
So he's super dead. Vale apparently kills all 4 of them. Turns out he only kills 2 of them.
Right.
By just scannering out and throwing them around the room.
Sure.
So he goes to his hotel room to shoot himself up because he can't.
Yeah, he's given some ephemeral shipped to him, and then he injects himself
just
and
a silence so he can
yeah.
sleep. Because I guess it's one of those things where, like, if you can't control your scanning,
you're just
hearing people all day, every day.
Exactly.
All around you, and that's why Benjamin Pierce lived in the middle of fucking nowhere, because he didn't have ephemeral, and he wanted the voices to stop.
Exactly.
He then meets Kim Oberst, who he got from scanning a dying Pierce.
Yeah.
And she's the leader of the resistance of scanners. So there's Revok and his rogue scanners, and Kim Oberst and her good scanners.
The rebels.
So we have fucking X-Men, basically.
Or we have the Empire. I don't know. She basically is running the hippies. They're clearly hippies.
Yeah, super, super, not yuppies, because that's business.
No, that's
stuff. So
that's what Revok would be dealing with. But yeah, it's very
hippies, hipsters type stuff. All strange looking beards or ironic eyewear, whatever you're.
Whatever you want to call
attached thing of a hipster or a hippie would be. It's 81, so it's different, right?
Yeah.
And the doorman's like, oh, wait. Scan. All right, you're good.
Yeah, you're cool. I know why you're here.
You're cool. You're here to see Kim.
Hawkeye's dead. Damn it.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, Benjamin Pierce is dead. That sucks. I'm like, I didn't. What? Okay. Fair enough. I'm like,
Scanners.
You should know this by now, Vale. You're a scanner. You should know how scanners.
He clearly doesn't.
So he goes upstairs, and they just have some weird fucking
hippie
circle.
They're literally sitting around in a fucking
where they're all scanning each other, and they're just like, man, this is freaky deaky.
We're so powerful together. I'm like, I'm waiting for the fucking orgy to break out.
Basically, well, I think they were having a mind orgy.
It seemed like it.
So 2 of the assassins did survive the Vale attack. And once again, they sneak up on these fucking people.
Yeah, in their little prayer circle. Which is weird because you'd like if you're at your most powerful, you would think.
I think they're not only at their most powerful, but they're all entwined with each other, so they can't read the outside world because they're all reading each other.
Yeah.
Again, when you leave it ambiguous, you can get away with shit. So half the room gets fucking shot up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, super dead once again.
Kim even mentions, like, I know what it's like to die now.
Yeah, they break out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because when the scanners that did die, the ones that were so alive felt the death. And like,
Yeah.
oh, well, that's what dying feels like. Well, that sucks.
That just sucks. Well done.
So they fling them against the wall and they set them on fire.
That seems reasonable.
Jesus, I mean, I get it. You just killed some of my friends, but wow.
My question is,
Vale just threw them around a room. Kim lit them on fire.
That's my question. How do you immolate these people? How do you do that? How do you just randomly light them on fire?
Well, it happens at the end of the film, too.
Yeah, but how?
Again, the powers are ambiguous.
But I'm trying to figure out what it is they can possibly do to make you light the fuck on fire.
They just...
Dude,
I couldn't tell you. I'm not a scanner.
I can explain how I can come up with a weird scientific reason as to why the head explodes.
Mm-hmm.
The immolation or the lighting on fire...
Because you could just take the brain and just over...
Yeah, or you could just pump all the blood into the head till it explodes.
Yeah. But
immolation. I mean, yes, okay, there is spontaneous combustion. And I guess that's what they're triggering.
That's the way we live in a world
but
where that can
how
happen.
In the fuck does that happen? I don't understand.
Scanners.
You're rubbing their bones together so it creates a spark.
There you go. That's as good a reason as any.
Sure.
And Revok was outside the entire time sending them in.
Of course he
I'm
was.
like, well, if you're so powerful, why are you sending fucking guys that clearly aren't scanners? Because they're not, because they have guns.
Darth Vader didn't do shit until the end of the movie for a reason.
We can't... I gotta do it myself, damn it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
You hope you hire people who can do your shit for you.
So the ones that do survive get into a school bus and drive away, and more. Mm-hmm. They explain more about Revok and the whole thing, and then a van pulls up onto the sidewalk and then onto the street, and blows away everyone except for Kim and Vale.
How convenient.
And they drive into said record store that's out of business at time of filming. Mm-hmm.
Well, not the record store, just the did you see that hanging thing, that hanging blimp looking thing?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Fair enough.
That was a record label.
So they go into the back. One more assassin is about to kill him, and Vale kind of just stops him because he's now, I guess, reached his potential of scanning.
He's the
power.
king of the scanners.
He's Neo.
Yeah,
he's the one.
Yep.
His story's been told from the beginning of time, obviously. And he basically scans the guy to give up the goods. Shows him he shows him a vial of medicine. I think it's ephemeral. Mm-hmm.
It is, and then it's like that's not where we get ephemeral.
Well, it smash cuts to the lab that he has snuck into because we get a bunch of guys in I like the tone that the not a sepia tone.
It's just cloudy.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term, it's very cloudy as we're walking through this place. Yeah, it's extremely clean, and that's the idea, right?
Yeah, I like it. That couple that with the score, it's visually this whole movie's visually impressive the whole way through. We see a bunch of guys in lab outfits, and then one turns and it's Vale, and he notices that Revok's kind of running the show here, so he's like, well, what the fuck is this
guy doing here?
I'm supposed to be chasing this guy, and he's the head of the show.
Yeah, that seems weird.
Sneaks in, gets in the computer, finds out the right program, and it's ephemeral being brought to this company through Consect.
Ruh-roh.
So Consect sent me to stop Consect?
Well, yes, but he didn't know that.
Because that's the thing. So he calls Ruth.
Yeah, who didn't know?
Who didn't know, but knows the company.
Yeah, because he started the company. He started the company as a company. He says in a throwaway line that he's like, "Do you know what that company does?" He said, "Of course I do. It was made for. I made it, and it was for manufacturing blah 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 product."
Yeah.
And they clearly don't make that product anymore. Their connection to Consect is from those evil business meetings between Revok and that dude. Mm-hmm. So that's how he knows, because nobody at Consect even knows that the two companies are connected.
Yeah, because Keller, he meets again, and now we see it's actually Revok he's meeting with, and he's the mole in Consect.
Yes.
And Vale and Kim are brought into Consect, and that's where Vale and Ruth have that conversation of of course I know that company. I founded it in the 40s.
Yeah, well, he first of all, he gets Kim there because he says that she's one of Revok's men. And, lying for whatever reason, I don't know. But he says that, and then basically Revok says to security guy, hey, bring them in, you interrogate her, see what she knows.
And then you kill her.
And, what if Ruth fucking, says, tries to override you, whatever, kill him.
Yeah.
He's like, but I thought you said never. He's like,